bringing the action with Robin, maybe bringing a bit more fire this time and maybe snatching that Gdansk crown off Alberto.
Yeah, absolutely. We do get a chance and glimpse of what the kind of decks we're going to be seeing now. Robin there with a Monkey Dory Dark Energy. And on the left-hand side, you can see some of those Noctowl pieces. And it looks like we're kicking off. Oh, we're going back. We're going to kick things off with our Swiss round 7. There it is. Turn 1 is going to be started and kicked off by Francesco on the left-hand side there. There comes a Hoo-Hoo. It looks like that Ditto in the active, which has got that fantastic ability. I've always loved the attack, though. Splop.
That's great. It is good, but we don't get to use Splop. We're using the ability, Transformative Start, which allows Francesco to go into the deck, pluck one basic Pokemon, and switch it out for Ditto, just like it's transforming. Ditto then goes to the discard pile, but you can only use it on your first turn. So Ditto won't be able to be utilized after this. It's perfect timing. And of course, Francesco knows exactly what Robin's playing. That Genesect in the active spot really points to Gholdengo.
Yeah, absolutely. So Francesco's going to be looking for ways to maybe power up something like the Pikachu EX because of that fantastic Resolute Heart ability. Can often find itself in a position where it's actually taking 2 big knockouts before your opponent can even return KO anything. But of course, when you have that Wellspring in the active as well, you know you can potentially start feasting on some of those smaller HP Pokemon like those Gimme Ghouls, which only have 70 HP, or even, actually, Robin's playing also the 50 HP one.
Delicious. I mean, I'm sorry, no, him with an S-ball. Here we go. Looking for more pieces of the puzzle. Really well set up with this Fan Rotom and its Fan Call ability. Grabbing 3 Hoot Hoot. That's so much draw power. That's so many cherry picks from the deck, potentially waiting to happen. And we're going to grab another Ogerpon, but this time it's of the grass type variety with a teal mask. And just passing over to Robin's turn, a really strong start from Francesco. The perfect board, I want to say, so far. Going straight in with the Genesect EX to boot.
Yep, that fantastic ability, Metallic Signal, allows you to search your deck for 2 Evolution Metal Pokemon and put them into your hand. Another great consistency boost to decks like this Gholdengo EX, or even others, but actually there's a couple of others that maybe people kind of forgotten about, but for this, it's worked perfectly. It has, of course, fantastic draw power in that coin bonus ability, and then you're really starting to smack into your opponent's Pokemon with real force with that fantastic Make It Rain attack. We've seen it a lot on stream before. We're seeing it for the first time, I believe, in Gdansk here now, but we have to get there first, as we do see the Arvin coming down, getting those Buddy Poffins. You're going to have to get those Gimme Ghouls into play as soon as possible, knowing that there's a massive threat on the board because of that Wellspring Ogerpon staring Robin down. And there we go. We've got double Buddy Poffin, all 4 of the Gimme Ghouls down. So even saying if you take out 2 of them, I'm going to have 2 ready to go as soon as possible.
Quite right, and I just want to point out to everyone at home that Robin is playing the traditional version of Gholdengo here. We don't have the Lunatone and Solrock engine. We are playing Energy Search Pro, and instead going for just the very traditional lines, keeping it simple and making sure the energy can always be searched out. And I like this approach, and especially with the double Buddy Poffin, we're ready for the torrential pump. Oh gosh.
Yeah, here we go. So we do have the Area 0 under that sort of hitting the field now. So, and also the Iron Bundle being utilized. So this means we can maneuver that big EX out of the way. We're having to send up the 50 HP Gimme Ghoul. There comes the Noctowl with that incredible ability, Jewel Seeker, now able to search out any 2 trainer cards of your choice. There's a Sparkling Crystal and there's a Crispin. We're setting up in one fantastic turn.
Crispin is going to turn the tap on because we're going to have a torrential pump on the horizon with 2 energy going ahead. Gimme Ghoul and Gimme Ghoul are Gimme Gone.
Certainly making it rain in your own rights there, but it's on Robin now. We've already pulled 2 of those Gholdengo EXs out of the deck. We have him ready in hand. He's drawn his card and he's going to be looking for a massive turn here to try and take a 1-hit KO on this Wellspring Ogerpon EX. There we go. We just see both of them immediately evolved up. We have the Air Balloon as well, so actually the coin bonus could see 4 further cards if you get that Air Balloon onto the active. At the same time, Robin might want to feel a bit more comfortable trying to get a Gimme Ghoul down. Maybe it's not necessary anymore because it's 4 prizes that Francesco has to still take at some point anyway, and I mean there's the 4 prizes at least on the board, right? But the additional Gimme Ghouls and Gholdengos will mean Robin's a bit more consistent, grab a few more cards through the coin bonuses, and often that's what you want to see. But let's just see how we're going to navigate this turn now. I think, of course, you've already mentioned it. He's playing a bit more of a straightforward build. He is playing that Energy Search Pro. Again, a card of kind of fallen off in recent times for the package of Solrock Lunatone because you have the draw power, additional draw power, and you use things like Precious Trolley or something else. But Energy Search Pro really allows you to just really quickly go into a massive knockout.
I much prefer it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it now. I put my eggs in that basket. I love Energy Search Pro. It is just an absolute godsend. Whenever you need just a large influx of energy into your hand, you guarantee it with 1 card. And the use of the A-Spec blocking Genesect has really gone down. And we get to continue with this Cypher Maniac's code-breaking kind of combo build of the deck that we've seen to such great effect. Like, why do I need more card draw when I can just put exactly the cards I want to the top of the deck?
And I love this sequencing, of course, from Robin as well. We're going to, coin bonus to begin with the active Gholdengo, and see if we hit those pieces without having to use Cypher Maniacs necessarily, or maybe then I can choose a different sort of order of cards to then use another coin bonus after the air balloon retreat into the second one, as we do see the energy search project. I mean, just look at the rainbow of energies that we're grabbing out of the deck right now, really making it shine before we're making it rain down on this active Wellspring Ogerpon.
You're quite right, Alex. That's definitely going to be the case. The weather's changing, and Gholdengo is forcing it upon the poor Wellspring Ogerpon, which might have not expected Gholdengo in its traditional modern form to be able to power up this quickly. So now we're going in with a Super Rod, keeping things moving, keeping those Gimme Ghoul in the deck. Artisans replacing the Area 0 Underdepth, so we can go ahead and grab another Gimme Ghoul straight back out onto the bench, keeping the draw power and the fluidity of the deck intact.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what I mean. Getting more of those Gimme Ghouls down is always so important because you just get more draw power. You know, we've spoken about why they've moved maybe to a Lunatone package with Lunar Cycle to draw energy, or draw cards, I should say. But just having coin bonus is generally more than enough when you're sort of going through the deck at pace, especially with Energy Search Pro. You're just kind of getting all those cards out of the deck anyway. And this is it. He's got the Metal Energy for the attachment for the attack. And he only needs, I believe, is it 5 energies? Yeah, 50 times the energy discarded from hand. So he's just double checking which ones he will discard. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 250 damage, massive knockout, return KO, 4 prizes apiece.
Absolutely. 2 prizes each, 4 altogether. They've already been taken. Turo going to Robin's hand now is certainly interesting. Hopefully that might come into effect for him later. But for now, we're on to Francesco. Can he put the pressure back on Robin? That's the big question. Is there going to be a big enough hit that can come into effect without the use of Sparkling Crystal this early on? The early pressure, great. But can we follow it up now?
Yeah, you know, with Tera Box, and we've already seen it in the last stream match as well, we're hoping to see maybe a different outcome, of course. Francesco would love to do so. We'll try and utilize maybe that Blood Moon Ursaluna at some point. There is that sort of easier target on the board with that Genesect there as well. So it's just then, how do we get through one more of these Gholdengo EXs?
It's a lot of HP, 260, and we don't seem to have the answer on board yet. Going for that Noctowl, fantastic Jewel Seeker ability. We can take 2 trainer cards, whatever we need, can be plucked out of the deck at this very moment. Going for the Nest Ball. But what else? Yeah, I'm just trying to look through what attackers we have. Of course, we're going to want to try and set up the board state as well. Maybe it is a sort of 2-shot angle at times, especially when Pikachu requires 3 energy cards to actually fire off a Topaz Bolt, a Grass, a Lightning, and Metal. Probably all the energies already seen in Robin's discard pile. He wishes he has it on that Pikachu. But at the moment, at least this way, if you set it up for this turn, maybe on a following turn, you could take a massive knockout, and then you try and go into the Blood Moon Ursaluna. I've seen a line, Alex. Oh, here we go. I've seen a line. Enlighten me. If we attach the Lightning Energy using the Crispin and then Teal Dance to the Ogerpon, we do run an energy switch. Ah, yeah, okay. So we might be able to, if we can draw into it, E-switch the energy from the Ogerpon to the Pikachu. Yeah, and we have Ultra Ball there as well. We do have another Hoo-Hoo just waiting in the wings, so we can grab some more pieces. This could be a massive turn for Francesco here. This could turn it around, indeed. Yeah, does require a lot of resources. This is one of the few things often you find when you kind of start to run low on some of those Jewel Seekers, because you've used all of your Hoot-Hoots to evolve into Noctowls, and then that's when you really need to get things down, like, I don't know, like the Pheasantipity, or sometimes with, even if it's just a Mew bailout restart. But yeah, that energy switch has been moved to the front of the deck. Yeah, we need the Earthen Vessel as well, because we need 1 more energy. Going to take the the energy switch from the Noctowl and the Earthen Vessel. Use the Earthen Vessel to discard 1 of the cards in our hand to take 2 energy from the deck. We're going to need that Lightning Energy for Pikachu to be able to do its thing, and probably Grass Energy ready for next turn for Ogerpon to be able to accelerate again. And now we just need a way to get this Fan Rotom out of the active spot, right? Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those extra pieces. I'm just trying to double check in hand. Is there like a switch in hand? Yeah, I thought there was. It's all come together, Amy. Oh my goodness, this is wild. A 1-turn powered up Pikachu EX in the active spot, protected by Resolute Heart, Topaz bolting this Gholdengo EX for the knockout, taking him down to 2 prizes remaining. No Sparkling Crystal necessary. Pikachu's friend, Dilmask Ogerpon EX, has managed to come in clutch and provide the energy necessary. Now will Robin be able to keep that pressure up? Because that's all this is. It's a game of, oh, okay, I knocked out another Pokemon. Can you do it? Yeah. It really is going to be that back and forth. Now, Resolute Heart is really a thorn in Robin's side. Pikachu cannot take a 1-hit knockout. Its remaining HP would become 10 no matter what. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be so important here to get those pieces. Of course, with a deck like Gholdengo EX, you don't really have, they don't actually play any sort of hand disruption. No. So we don't know what, well, Robin doesn't know what Francesco's working with here. He's going to have to hope that Francesco's kind of used up all of those resources, because, you know, there's literally 3 Noctowl on the board right now, and there's no actual draw power outside of the one-off Tealmask Ogerpon. He's just got to hope that that's enough to maybe slow down Francesco's game and say, well, actually this way I can still try to brute
force my way through my opponent here, take my final pool prizes, but it's going to be a pivotal turn, I think.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And the more card draw Robin has, the more we think, okay, maybe Robin's in the better situation here, although the prize cards aren't showing that yet. 2 more from our coin bonus to draw. We got 2 energy cards, not going to be that useful right now. We do have the Iono, which is curious. Oh, was it an Arven? Oh, it was an Arven. I was like, whoa, an Iono. No, it was an Arven.
One thing I will point out, I believe there's a counter catcher in hand, so we can sort of maybe go into and attack the Teal Mask Ogre Bomb, maybe knowing that his opponent does have that grass energy in hand. That kind of prevents some draw power. Right now it's bench locked as well, because there are 5 Pokemon on the bench there for Francesco. Maybe that's the way forward. Take out the one last draw power you have and see how my Gholdengo may be able to stick around. But, you know, it's Robin Schultz after all. He has been a world champion. It's going to be a pivotal turn here just to try and just slow down Francesco in some way, shape, or form, but he's going to feel a little bit better because there's no Hoot-Hoots in play.
Yeah, not being able to cherry pick what he'd like out of the deck is huge for Francesco. It means that he's slowed down to the max. All those knocked out, clogging up the bench, they're not really useful right now, and unfortunately they are really kind of doing the opposite of what they're supposed to. They're being a massive obstruction to the game plan. Yeah,
here we go. Here comes the Mega Rain. It's just going to be the 200 damage and activation of that Resolute Heart. So 190 damage goes onto Pikachu EX. Oh, actually, was that? Oh, yeah, there you go. I thought my math was going wild there for a moment, but we got there. 190 damage on that Pikachu. There's the Teal dance there of the Teal Mask Ogre Bomb. And then it's just, what else can Francesco do? That hand doesn't look too pretty right now.
It's not great. I'm going to be honest with you, Alex. Unfortunately, we are bench locked, meaning that there are too many Pokemon on the bench. The bench can only have 5 Pokemon in maximum. We can retreat the Pikachu by using the energy in hand, but that doesn't really achieve much. It's not giving us a lot to work with. We've got an Ultra Ball, but no space on the bench and nothing to evolve. We kind of need Robin to take a knockout here just to give us the space on the bench to work with. Now, if Francesco manages to get another Area 0 Underdepths out, it could be a different story. It could change the tide of battle, especially with Lily's Clefairy in the deck. We can dish out enough damage to one-hit KO a Gholdengo, but Robin is keeping his bench quite concise, probably fearing that is a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where you have to keep an eye on. I mean, typically Gholdengo doesn't work with too big of a bench, especially this kind of build as well. And it looks like just a pass. Attachment to the Noctowl, so he has a retreater. And Robin's here has been handed a bit of a advantageous position because now he can actually easily take the knockout on this Pikachu. Of course, he's going to have to be wary about like what Francesco's actually working with in the hand. But now Robin's back on board, back online with 3 Gholdengo EXs. And he's still got an attacker in the active spot. He's just kind of deliberating exactly how else he plays out his hand right now. You do often accumulate a massive hand. He's also going to pitch away his 1 tech card, that Mega Marwile EX, that one sort of additional inclusion maybe to knock out things like the Cornerstone EXs. It's a really cool, cute inclusion, I think. It's a deck. It's actually a card I played last week.
Oh, there we go. I'm getting to know all about those more while. Honestly, a great card that's been coming through from Mega Evolution to really gobble down the competition and bring us something different and highlight how flexible Gholdengo really is still when it has such a stronghold on that Lunatone Solrock build. But I think this gives Robin a really great position. He's able to take 2 prize cards, even it up with Francesco. If Francesco can't find an answer, then Robin could just keep going through the sheer consistency of card draw that Gholdengo brings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're kind of still at the point where Francesco's might be looking for an Ultra Ball or a Nest Ball for his Blood Moon Ursaluna and still try and stretch over to the Genesect EX, because that is his one easy route to take a massive knockout here. But, you know, Robin can only do so much. He's got an Air Balloon on the active now. He's got another benched Gholdengo ready to kind of go and draw some more cards and see if he can really extend his position right now and kind of just claw his way back into a 2v2 prize race remaining and just see it's on Francesco. This is the question for you to try and let's see if you can handle what I'm about to throw at you.
The boss's orders is interesting. Having that to kind of leave in the hand for next turn or even utilize now is very nice. We love to see that Robin's kind of contemplating not just this turn, but what next. Going for the Cypher Maniac's code breaking just to solidify that position, putting another boss's orders and an energy retrieval to the top of the deck. That's the superior energy retrieval. We have 1 in hand, so we do have the facilities to attack this turn, but we gotta keep it going.
Yeah, I think you called it perfectly and just kind of setting up a future turn because you have boss and superior energy retrieval in hand already. You don't want it now, so it's absolutely fine to just kind of use the 1 in hand, Iono-proof you, essentially, and that's what often these kind of decks can do so well. As we do see the kind of energy choices here from the discard pile, there's plenty to choose from. It's going for that full different rainbow, of course. Again, there's the attachment, has free energy to be able to send off as an attack. He's just going to send off 2 for the moment, just to not clog up his deck if they does get shuffled back as well. And there it is, another knockout.
Pikachu has taken the fall. The heart was resolute, but not quite enough. And here we go with the Noctowl with the water energy we attached last turn so that it can retreat easily, hopefully for Francesco, into a finishing moment. A big attack that could claw them back. Here's a Teal Dance.
He's hit boss's order. There's Ultra Ball. Does he have the line for the Blood Moon Ursaluna here right now? That was a massive Teal Dance here, which could completely seal the game. Here, there it is.
There's the Blood Moon Ursaluna, and at the moment it is able to attack.
Is there an energy in hand as well? Just making sure, of course.
Yeah, I think we had. Yeah, there it is. The energy switch once again bringing it home. The boss's orders using every card in his hand. He was able to come back and just close out the game with a big bite from our lovely Blood Moon Ursaluna. Francesco takes game 1.
Yeah, incredible play, incredible display. That Teal Dance really coming in clutch there to hit that boss's orders and then be able to actually close out the game. But we get a quick replay of actually what happened and how it all transpired as well. The early torrential pump there taking out 2 Gimmighoulls, Amy.
Sometimes that could be game-breaking.
Yeah,
Sometimes that can absolutely just dismantle what you're trying to do. But Robin had 2 extra, knowing that was likely the case. Now, this is the moment that absolutely took me by storm. Francesco being able to power up a Pikachu in one go. It's unheard of. It's so difficult, but it happened. We took out a Gholdengo and continued that momentum. And this was the Teal Dance that made it all happen, that stitched the blanket together to victory, bringing the Blood Moon Ursaluna into the active, bossing up the Genesect, the attach from the energy switch. Every single piece of the puzzle was laid down. Every card in the hand was perfect. It could not have been better.
Yeah, I do wonder if there will be any small regrets that we didn't use that counter catcher, maybe to take out the Teal Mask Ogerpon a little bit earlier, because that was the only draw power on the board, right? All the Noctowls were evolved up. They're not going back to being Hoot Hoots anytime soon. If we just remove that from play, there's no energy on board for anything like Energy Switch. There's no more draw power, and then you just have to get through the Pikachu at some stage. But it's fine. Robin's going to have to recompose himself this time, likely going first, which means that the the Wellspring Ogerpon is less likely to be able to take 2 easy knockouts, and we'll see how we're going to go back and forth on the prize race from there.
You're quite right, Alex, and having a little look at the prize cards for Francesco, we've got a lot of energy cards in there thus far, and that does make me a little bit anxious for their gameplay. Now, thankfully, the water type energy that's a 1-off in the deck isn't there, so for the beginning of this game at least, we're going to be able to be off to a good start.
And we are kicking off here now. They're both fist bumps. This is our prizes. Robin's actually prizes Energy Search Pro, which could be detrimental to the game plan, but we're going to have to work it out through this first deck search here as well. He does have the Buddy Poffin alongside already 2 of those Gimmighoulls down on the board state, so we're going to be able to get some of those cards down, but we're going to need to draw into some really, really important cards as soon as possible, because there's only going to be the Earthen Vessels that searches out those energies now.
It certainly is some ghoulish prize cards on both sides, where Robin and Francesco both have not fantastic starts, and what it comes down to is energy on both sides, but also some of those really important one-off tech cards like Pheasantipity on Robin's side, Francesco, Latias, and the the
Iron Bundle.
Iron Bundle,
yeah.
That's it. And it's one of those things that actually we saw them come into great effect throughout this event already, and they can be really important puzzle pieces. Now, thankfully, Robin's able to set up this really strong board again, and as you very well assessed, going first just gives him that advantage of being able to hopefully avoid being stung.
I will say that hand doesn't look that pretty on Robin's side, other than the Cypher Maniac's code breaking. It's just energy and an air balloon, and yeah, no Gholdengo to draw cards. But he may be able to be bailed out from the top deck, but it's on Francesco here to maybe apply some pressure. Often this type of deck doesn't really want to take single prizes, but I mean, if you could take advantage of a Fan Rotom in the active spot with a Stadium in play, with an energy attachment, and we're going to be sort of double checking here as we do get a Fan Call, that quick search through the deck here, eyeing up that Ditto and a Hoo-Hoo, and likely, I think it looks like might be the other Hoo-Hoo as well. Maybe there's a Noctowl in hand already. If we just get the Ditto into the active spot, get a Tera Pokemon, generally the next turn you can start flowing, and then Robin's really kind of in a bit of a top deck mode at this point.
It's not a nice place to be as a Gholdengo deck when the bit that's letting you down is the setup. And that's always been what's troublesome for Gholdengo, is finding those evolutions. Genesects come into play, and we've been able to kind of fix that glaring problem in the deck. But when you don't have that either, what are you to do? The options are limited.
So it's triple Hoot down from the Fan Call, and we do see an Ultra Ball away, the boss's orders, and the Fan Rotom. There comes down Pikachu EX, a little sort of MVP, giving Francesco actually enough turns to find those pieces in game 1 to actually eventually take it down. But here we are. It looks like Francesco may have to take a bit of a slow route. Maybe he's seen that he's prized a good number of different energy types, meaning his Crispin isn't always going to be as effective. Oh, he does play the Iono here.
This could be the bailout Robin needs to be able to get going with this game. Oh my goodness, you never know if an early Iono is going to make your opponent smile or frown. And in this instance, I think Robin's going to have a big old smile on his face, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, there's pieces already in there. So we've got a game here, and that's going to be a huge relief moment there for Robin. We do get the grass energy attachment to the Pikachu. He's only 1 energy away from attacking now, and it's over to Robin. Does have that fan Rotom Mini active to be sort of just waiting to be knocked out. There's nothing that's easy to knock out for 2 prizes here on Francesco's board. Remember, Pikachu EX does have that incredible Resolute Heart ability. So it's on Robin, maybe just to start the initiative. But is that something you want to do? I guess at the moment, even if you allow Francesco to take 1 single prize, it's going to be a really like a chicken and egg kind of scenario. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to take that single prize potentially first here, which could be quite awkward.
It really could, because that's the thing. Francesco's left Robin in a sticky situation. Leaving a single prize Pokemon in the active has meant that Robin can attack this turn, but will be taking 1 prize card, and that's not ideal for Robin.
Nope.
They have counter catches, and they kind of rely a little bit on being on the back foot sometimes. Taking 1 single prize card sometimes really isn't worth it or isn't enough. But then again, do you want to sit on your resources for too long and let them become vulnerable to the likes of Pikachu?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be the important turn here to see how Robin plays this out, because we do have the evolution of that 50 HP Gimmighoul now to the Gholdengo EX. We see the first coin bonus of game 2. Does hit 1 energy, but obviously it's not that metal energy to be even able to attack, as we now do see the second evolution up, another coin bonus as a nest ball. That's not really going to help here. You might have to go into the 3rd one.
I mean, having all of those available thanks to Genesect now is a very happy moment if you're Robin. Going for the air balloons, so we get a draw 2 on that Gholdengo in the active now. We do have Cypher Maniac's code breaking, so it's whether we use it, we do.
Yep.
And then we can cherry pick exactly the 2 cards we'd like to the top of the deck before making that draw.
Yeah, and this is, again, that awkward spot, because when you're a Gholdengo deck, you never really want to take those single prizes, because that goes against your 2-2-2 prize race and plan. And there goes the Tool Scrapper, which is a very unique inclusion in the deck as well. That's one way to deal with Sparkling Crystal, something that a lot of people are starting to tech into a lot of different decks now, because there's so many powerful actual tool cards in the play right now.
There are, and they can make a huge difference to the pace of play of the game. Our Ace Specs are some of the most powerful cards in the game. Those are the pink ones, and they're you only have 1 of those in your entire deck. Not 1 of each, 1 total. And so the option of taking a tool card, which can be removed, as we've just seen, can really stifle a play.
Yeah, and there's the knockout on the active Fan Rotom as well. 2 energies discard from hand. And now just saying, well, I know this Pikachu's going to come up, but I'm going to make you use more resources on your turn to try and get a return KO. I think there's double knocked out actually in Francesco's hand, or at least 1, and the Crispin. So we're going to get a massive attack off here, and that's going to be key. Maybe he doesn't even need to use the knocked out and save it for later if we just get the Crispin going. And then, but that's the thing. We just need to double check those energies that are available to him. We've already seen 4 energies prize, of course. Should be plenty, right? I mean, it's 2 psychic energies prize, 1 grass, 1 metal. Is there enough? Yeah, there's a lightning and the grass there. But is that enough? There's only one.
There's only the metal energy. Yeah, there's only one. So we needed the 1 out of the prize cards, or we needed that sparkling crystal to remain.
And we're in trouble.
Oh no! Make it double.
Oh no! Topaz Bolt will not be actually available. I don't think there's a way of doing this. This is a really concerning scenario here. But Robin's got to be thinking, well, you didn't grab the metal energy here from this Crispin. Does that mean, is there a world? Does that mean my Tool Scrapper's been the most impactful card in this matchup right here, right now?
You heard it here first, guys. Get binders. Go on. Go get your Tool Scrappers. They're important.
Yep.
It's made the difference, and surely enough, it could change the entire way this game is unfolding. It could change the tide entirely. No Pheasantipity required.
Oh, here we go. We're going into, well, there's a nest ball. Or was that an ultra ball? It was a ball. Search for a Wellspring Pokemon. Yeah, via the Noctowl. So we now do see what the options are here. Looks like we're just going to have to maybe just tag the Gholdengo, which doesn't feel great at this moment in time either, but needs must, Amy, needs must.
Going for a sob, maybe, bossing up the Genesect, meaning the, as tearful as Francesco might have been in that moment, we're looking at maybe not, but we can't use boss's orders, right? Because we used Crispin this turn.
So
unfortunately, that's not possible, and we're going to have to either sob the active Gholdengo, which doesn't feel good, or nothing.
I mean, we're still having to wait for Robin to find additional energy cards to be able to start smacking away at his opponent. There's a sob. Do get the damage. Oh, a little drop of the die there, but 20 damage on the active, down to 240 now. Robin's got the initiative here to really go into a commanding sort of prize race. It can't retreat, so it can't go into another Gholdengo to see and draw more cards. We do get the metallic signal first to try and thin the deck out of cards that are less useful. He will be looking for some of those, well, say some of those, he plays one Earthen Vessel. So it's going to be tough to find the 5 energies required, but where there's a will, there's a way.
I suppose that's the great thing, at least about Sob, is that by trapping this Gholdengo in the active, you do limit Robin's card draw a little bit. So although it feels bad that we didn't get to trap the Genesect to buy Francesco some more time, it still isn't the worst case scenario, and it's still better than literally doing nothing.
Yeah,
using
absolutely.
Sob does 20 damage and stops your opponent from retreating their Pokemon via the traditional methods.
Yeah, I do wonder if there's any other outs to using more Crispins because of the awkward energy pricing on Francesco's side for future turns. Maybe, you know, could have wanted to try and go into things like a Clefairy to hit the 240, which I think kind of is in range now if you get a full board with the Area Zero Underdepths as well. But at this moment in time, I guess, just because of how awkward these hands and decks and pricing has been, Robin doesn't necessarily have to do too much, but not that he knows that, right? He's already seen the Pikachu sort of run away back to the bench, so maybe he does feel quite good about this moment in time.
Yeah, I think Robin knowing that that is just not going to happen, at least for the moment, gives a little bit of serenity, and knowing that you're ahead and you're going to stay ahead for a little bit. Taking that 1 prize card was fine. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change the game plan too much. We're going to nest ball? Question mark.
Yeah, because I mean, Robin knows he's got 2 energies in the discard pile right now. He needs essentially 3 more for this big knockout, right? And then actually that's when officially kind of the prize race starts, because the single prizer wasn't really that important unless you have to take a single prize later. You're still having to win in 3 turns, effectively, a minimum 3 turns. So here comes the Monkey Dory. So maybe we're looking to utilize some of this damage counters, because this is one other way to take a knockout on the Pikachu EX on 1 turn. If you're able to monkey tick or Adrenabrain over to the Pikachu EX and really cause chaos with the damage counters, and then taking a massive knockout is one way. But is that enough? Robin doesn't know the kind of situation Francesco's in. Francesco doesn't know the situation with the Energy Search Pro that's not available as well. He might start to realize that now with this Cypher-Maniac's code breaking. Especially
just when Dark type energy to the top just for the Monkey Dory,
yeah,
right?
I think so. I think so, because otherwise, if you were typically seen across the table from a Gholdengo EX, they're taking a knockout on this Wellspring if given the opportunity.
Oh, 100%. But kind of signaling, oh, I can't right now, it kind of will show the slightly sticky situation that Robin is in right now. But having said that, Wellspring Ogerpon still has a long way to go to be taking any meaningful knockouts, unfortunately. Torrential Pump just isn't really doing enough damage here. You're giving Monkey Dory more fuel. And honestly, a difficult Pokemon to set up, you'd have to use a Crispin, and then your supporter for turn is gone. Yeah,
I mean, one of the other things is Francesco's almost already like telepathed his actual next turn as well, because he tried to boss his orders already, that Genesect EX on the previous turn, to try and soft lock Robin's board state for the moment. As we do see the Adrenabrain, just a 1 damage ticker over to the Pikachu. Wants to save the extra 1 maybe for a future turn as well. And just a quick swing away of, we'll make it rain just for 5 damage counters right now, bringing it down to 160 HP.
Again, I love that we took the opportunity to use the Monkey Dory to disable Pikachu's Resolute Heart ability, kind of signaling that for the future, Francesco is going to have an uphill battle if they manage to get this board online. But Robin's having just as much of a struggle. This hill is tall and it's hard to climb. These are both trainers exceptionally kind of bringing their decks to the forefront on fantastic records. We're around 7 here in Gdansk, Poland. And these players, you know, they've got a long way to get to 5-1. They've got a long way to go, yeah, but realistically, they're kind of both stuck in a rut right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, if you're just joining us, Francesco did win game 1 with some clutch plays with the Wellspring Ogerpon EX taking 2, Pikachu taking 2, and then Blood Moon Ursaluna coming in for the late sweep towards the end here. But we're in game 2 right now. We just saw an Ultra Ball for one of those such an important card pieces, the Noctowl with that Jewel Seeker ability, looking to expand that bench with your Tera type Pokemon in play, I should say, where you can now expand your bench up to 8 Pokemon. And this is where it gets real interesting, because then you can start utilizing some of those additional attackers or different Pokemon, different support Pokemon you can kind of bring into the game as well. But I think one of the most important things for both of these players is really just to actually work out, well, this feels a bit awkward how we're kind of exchanging turns right now. You know, Francesco, you weren't able to get a Topaz Bolt off with a Crispin. Why? Robin, you weren't able to actually take a knockout on this Wellspring Ogerpon EX. Why? And this is going to be a real back and forth, a really awkward spot for both players.
You're quite right. I love that. Oh my goodness. Both players having signaled the thing they want is not accessible right now.
Exactly.
And that's going to have to come later, which could make for some real explosive plays later. But right now, both kind of doing what they can with what they've got. And right now for Francesco, I think that's going to be a case of trying to draw into maybe a Clefairy, start powering that up and get some knockouts that way. But it would be nice to be doing that. But both of our Psychic Energy are in the prize cards, so we can't even release Clefairy. I just don't know where the attack is coming from here. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, right now, I think there's effectively 7 energies sort of out of the game, out of the deck for Francesco. There's 2 attached. He discarded 1 earlier from the Pikachu retreat. There are 4 prize. He only actually has 2 energies left somewhere in hand or deck. And with the Sparkling Crystal already gone, this is where it makes it real awkward. So he does have access to things like Night Stretcher, so he can pull that 1 energy in the discard pile back out of there as well. But, you know, I think losing Sparkling Crystal has been such a big, impactful sort of turn where it just meant that he's had to really slow the game down from his side of the board.
I don't know how we're going to launch an effective attack and get those prize cards. We've had to retreat to protect our Wellspring Ogerpon into a Noctowl and simply pass the turn over to Robin. Can Robin take advantage of this situation, or is the Energy Search Pro being gone just too much?
I mean, what makes it so much easier for Robin now? Well, this Noctowl only has 100 HP. It only needs 2 energies to take it out. And that, again, will go back to Robin being able to take, well, 3 attacks from here right now means I can win the game, because this will make it back onto the even prizes taken, and then just 4 remaining, and it's just a couple of those EXs that are waiting in the wings that Robin will try and target down, I'm sure. So this is it's a real interesting way of how we just try and stop the game. I mean, what Francesco could have done was try and go for that sub lock onto the Genesect as an option, but he's decided to play that Lily's Determination, get another energy on that Pikachu, and just see how, at this point, we're going to go down the game.
I think the sob lock is still a potential play here. I think knowing that Francesco has a Night Stretcher in hand, he might be allowing this Noctowl to be knocked out. He kind of wants it to be knocked out so that then he can bring it back and use the Noctowl again. Yeah,
often you can try and just recycle some of these cards that are in the discard pile. I think, oh no, he got the attachment from the hand as well. So yeah, that Night Stretcher is going to be pretty useful. I mean, he doesn't know Robin plays Professor Churro scenario, right? We didn't see it in game 1, but maybe that's the kind of route we have to take. 12 minutes on the clock, still plenty of time for this game to finish as well. We do have Superior Energy Retrieval and Boss's Orders in hand, just kind of seeing which direction Robin's going to take here. Here's the Boss's Orders coming down. Oh, he's targeting those energies. You're powering up that Pikachu. We haven't seen it attack yet, but it's here. So here comes the Superior Energy Retrieval. Discard 2 from hand. Grab 4 energies from your discard pile. And all it needs is the 4. So there goes the counter catcher, because I'm so far ahead right now. And here it is. It's going to be a big knockout on that Tera Pikachu EX, I'm sure. Unless there's any more that Robin could do. He's going to bench that final gimme goal as well, just saying, well, I'm just going to keep going. Here it is.
Make it rain, Alex. Pikachu is gone, and Noctowl, as much as Francesco might have wanted that to be the target, was not. So putting the Pikachu forward, the Noctowl forward, Robin took the advantage of, and actually, no, I don't want to take that out. You've given that to me, and that's not my target right now. The Boss's Order's well timed into that Pikachu while Resolute Heart was still offline. Here comes the Night Stretcher, and I'm not sure what we take anymore, Alex.
No, this is where it gets real difficult, because I know we've spoken about it a lot, but that Energy Search Pro is finally in Robin's hand as well. I mean, he's already seen sort of 4 or 5 energies throughout the deck so far. He's even got 2 attached. But here comes the Sob Lock onto the Genesect from the Boss's Orders. Energy attachment from that Night Stretcher there. There is Sob. Genesect down to 200 HP, unable to retreat, but there's a couple of cards in Robin's list that allows him to work around it.
Oh, here it comes as the Turo straight away, picking it up, keeping the pressure on. Gonna keep drawing cards. Genesect no more. We don't need Genesect anymore. It would be foolish to bench it again, so we're not gonna.
Yeah, and what's kind of cute right now, Amy, is that there is 1 damage counter on that Gholdengo EX. That could be flung over to that Wellspring Ogerpon EX, and then it only needs 3 energy cards to actually take the knockout, rather than having to waste an additional card being discarded. So there's a few different ways here that Robin can actually make light work of this Wellspring Ogerpon EX in the active spot.
Really clever thinking there. Robin is so far ahead. If they keep the pressure up now, then that's going to be all she wrote. There's the energy from the Superior Energy Retrieval. That's all we need at the moment. In fact, it's too much, but we're just going to go for it by the looks of it.
We'll save it. We'll save that damage counter.
The
Massive knockout
on the Wellspring Ogerpon. Finally, there it is.
And that's so much energy now just not available to Francesco with that final Sob locking Wellspring Ogerpon that's just gone down as well. That Mew EX now in the active has that free retreat, of course. But is there anything left? I mean, I guess Blood Moon Ursaluna can attack for free right now because of its fantastic season skill ability. But maybe a little bit too little too late?
Maybe it's just too much. We've got too many prize cards. There's so much to ask of Francesco right now. There's so many prize cards yet to be taken. Robin's down on 1.
Yeah, and I think Francesco's thinking, well, I've seen you use the Professor Churro scenario already. I'm probably going to try and do this again and see if there's a way I can get out of this, because otherwise I would not have benched the second Wellspring Ogerpon EX, despite it being usually great in the early parts of the game because of its torrential pump ability. This is where sometimes, and why I even picked Professor Churro scenario as one of the key cards to keep an eye out for my caster prediction, just why and how good it really is right now, because we see the Boss's Orders on that Monkey Dory, and there it is, Sob for 20.
Will Monkey Dory be a sad little monkey, or will he be able to get out of this scenario? Turo certainly won't be helping with his scenario, so Monkey Dory might be stuck here for a little while. Saying that, we can use Monkey Dory's attack.
Yeah, we can. Certainly can. That'd be quite interesting as well, to be able to use Mind Bend in a deck like this, which isn't typically a deck that allows, well, wants to really do so. But I think Robin's going to be fishing for that Professor Churro scenario here. He does play 2 copies, and here we're going full whole hog of all of the coin bonuses. Here's the Poké Gear.
Should guarantee it. I think that's the rest of the cards in the deck.
One.
Oh my gosh, no way.
There it is! There it is!
Oh, thank goodness. I was thinking it was going to be that last one. If it were me playing, it would have been the last one.
But there's the Professor Churro scenario. Getting the energy over to, or damage counters over to the Wellspring Pokemon. Just needs the 4 now. Plenty to go. Massive make it rain to take game 2. Robin takes this to a game 3 here. Really just kind of demonstrating that, well, actually, if you're not able to take knockouts on my Pokemon, I'm going to take knockout on yours.
Robin is the metal maker, making sure that Francesco had no metal at all, in fact, to bring Pikachu into the mix, giving Robin the full energy count, all of the balls in his court, and bringing the action back to us for a game 3.
Yeah, and we do get a chance to replay game 2 here as well. I think Robin there is a bit of a sigh of relief just from the Iono that Francesco played early on, because the hand wasn't looking pretty. But once we got going, he was able to get so many important pieces, including that ever so important tool scrapper there. You know, something that Francesco did not see in game 1, but all of a sudden came down and really put a massive spanner in the works there for his side of the board, because he didn't have the metal energy to actually attack. And then from then on, I don't think we really saw an effective attack from Francesco, because Sob just wasn't doing enough, and Robin was then able to target the Pikachu, and those Professor Churro scenario really came in clutch here to eventually just grind out through all of what Francesco was putting forward in the active spot.
Francesco just really couldn't piece it together. The prize cards were too damning, and unfortunately, Robin just was able to pick up the pace just enough. That Iono at the beginning turned everything around. It completely changed the trajectory of this game and meant that Robin could pull off this incredible victory through taking prize cards slowly and then piecing it together bit by bit. Taking that one prize card at the beginning was just the start. And here we go again, Alex. You're kidding me.
Double pink in both sides of the field, both prizes there. The Sparking Crystal prize, as well as that Energy Search Pro there as well. So it means we're getting attacks off. It's going to be a little bit awkward, a little bit difficult. It's both metals and the Sparking Crystals, in fact. I mean, Francesco's side, he's going first. I think he had Ditto in the active spot, which is a fantastic start. We're transforming, starting into a Fan Rotom. We're going to get going, but not much time on the clock. 5 minutes to go in this game 3, Amy.
It's game 3. Pikachu, once again, cannot attack.
Yep.
Pikachu will not probably be attacking for a while, Alex. I'm devastated. Francesco, absolutely devastated. Pikachu is one of the main attackers in this deck. He's got ferocious power. Pikachu really brings a lot to the table, not only with the ability, but also its Topaz Bolt attack. And this is going to make it really tough. Even though Francesco's had a great start with getting set up, if Robin can also do the same, it could just hit her out again. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there's still an opportunity for Francesco, because we could still go into the Torrential Pump nice and early. If there's a few different pieces from the Noctowl Jewel Seekers, and if Robin, for example, doesn't really get any more down, or Gimmighoul's down, I should say, but then again, there's the third Pokemon search for the bench as well. I mean, is this going to be another Gimmighoul? Most likely, just in case of the threat of a Wellspring Pokemon EX. We saw it in game 1, the Iron Bundle together with the Wellspring was a very, very scary thing. And now Robin's protecting that, or trying to protect it as best as he can with the third Gimmighoul there.
Honestly, we've seen Francesco do it. We know they can. We know that the energy switch is there. We know that all of those different types of Ogerpon can help each other out to achieve these monstrous attacks. So I don't think Robin's willing to take any chances, and putting the Monkey Dory down as well, just making sure that every ball is in his court before he starts to kind of slow things down a little, because this is an awkward position to be in. Do we play the Professor Churro scenario to get the Pheasantipity out of the active? No, we're going to go with the Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking to guarantee that we kind of jump off the mark next turn, which, to be honest, I agree with. It's just a shame Pheasantipity is kind of stuck for now. Yeah, I was about to say that Pheasantipity is actually under quite a lot of threats, because, I mean, it's got 210 HP, and if anything, something like the Clefairy EX down, the Lily's Clefairy EX, can start swinging away with a Rondo attack and actually take it out quite easily. There's triple Noctowl in hand as well, so I would like to say, if he uses all of the Jewel Seekers, there's definitely a way where we can get a Wellspring Pokemon EX powered up with an Iron Bundle and actually taking out, actually, kind of an awkward spot. Monkey Dory's on the bench now. It's got 110 HP, That's what I'm talking about, Alex. It's an uncomfortable situation where, because Robin gets to choose which Pokemon is promoted from the Iron Bundle, actually, it's a weird one, because it's not guaranteed to be a 2 Gimmighoul situation. It's a Monkey Dory Gimmighoul angle, and actually that's really not what Francesco wants to be going in with. So maybe going for this Pheasantipity is almost the better angle, because at least you're starting off strong with 2 prize cards. It's tough.
Yeah, it's a decision to be made. I mean, like I said, there's not much time left on the clock, just over 2 minutes. We had a pretty long game 2 there with Francesco obviously doing very well in game 1. Robin taking a really weird, awkward game 2 between both of our players. But here, game 3, you know, Francesco gets that initiative, is going down that route of the Wellspring Pokémon EX. I guess what you can only have to crisp in, so you can't boss his orders around the Monkey Dory choice. If that's promoted from something like the Iron Bundle. But there goes the 2 energy cards that Francesco needs to even start swinging away. But there's still a few more pieces because of the awkward prizes that we've got at the moment.
I suppose there's a few different things you can do here. You can kind of use another Noctowl, get an Area 0 under depths, you can get the Latias, you can retreat into the Ogerpon, you can attack with the Rotom even. You can start to make plays, but I think ultimately it's not quite enough this turn. I think you'd have to use so many resources. It's an is it worth it scenario where it's like, do I attack into this Pheasantipity? Do I try and lock it in the active with Sob, forcing Robin to maybe use not the supporter that Robin wants this turn? It's a really challenging time for Francesco to know what the right play here is.
I mean, it never feels too great to be using your Noctowls and actually not being able to take a massive KO with them, because you want to use it to maximum value, right? You want to be able to use all of these such important cards to then actually start swinging away, taking important 2 prizes on EXs, on what used to be Vs, or maybe even double small Pokemon. But this is the best we can do and work with right now. It's just a Sob for 20 damage. 30 seconds on the clock, Amy. It doesn't look like we're really going to get to a point where we're going to maybe finish this game, but we're going to see how Robin also would play this out as well. That Pheasantipity right now is stuck in the active spot. No energies around. But I guess there's not really much else you can do.
Well, we've got the Turo scenario. We can pick up the Pheasantipity. We can start swinging with the Gholdengo, but is it going to be enough? Like, we have 8 seconds left on the clock at this point. We both have 6 prize cards. It is 1-1 at the moment, and with our new time rule, we only get 1 more turn.
Yeah, so it looks like, even as you can see on the screen as well, overtime has been hit. That means time has been called. Remember, it's +1 turn time. There's the fist bump.
There it is!
It is a tie that we end up with in this Swiss Round 7 on stream. Fantastic play to kind of showcase a bit of both decks, really, with some awkward prizes as well. But I think at the end of the day, both of these players are going to be pretty happy because in some way, shape or form, because they do get the points necessary now to guarantee themselves into phase 2, and they can go into the final round